PMIZ court case adjourned.
It is a fundamental right of democracy.
Excavator sinks with boat in Madang.
CPM go one side go and cap side go down.
Prime Minister Peter O'Neill opens Taurama Aquatic Centre.
This is National EMTV News with Miriba Tulo.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. This is Sunday's news. The adjournment of the Pacific Maritime Industrial Zone court case has irked defendants. Defendant and Sumcar MP Ken Fairweather described the delay as a gag. Fairweather says it's not about the PMIZ project, but to protect the rights of resource owners and their land.
It was frustrating for the 11 defendants who say adjourning the case is a letdown, thus giving government lawyers enough time to get prepared. Presiding Judge Justice David Kennings adjourned the matter last Thursday to July 21st after Madang provincial government got involved in the case. Sumcar MP Ken Fairweather, who has been vocal in the PMIZ saga, says their fight is to protect the people's land and their rights. Fairweather wants the government to come clean and allow resource owners to air their concerns for the project.
It is a fundamental right of democracy. It's a fundamental right of every human being in the free world. What is this?
Environment activist Dorothy Tekwe and anthropologist Nancy Sullivan were also listed with other 11 defendants.
It's to protect our heritage, protect our land, our water, our sea, our fish, our people from being exploited by foreign investors.
Tekwe, Sullivan, Fairweather and others were served restraining orders after their involvement while locals staged peaceful canoe protest over the ownership of the land where the project will be built. The PMIZ project is a multi-million project by the national government, but is now under threat as locals push to save their land and resources. Jack Lapave Jr., National EMTV News.
Prime Minister Peter O'Neill has asked Foreign Affairs Minister and Attorney General and Minister for Justice to engage with relevant Australian authorities to investigate comments made by two lawyers featured on SBS's Dateline program last week. Foreign Affairs Minister Rimbing Pato and Attorney General Arno Pala will now seek to have the claims investigated in both Papua New Guinea and Australian jurisdictions. Mr. O'Neill said comments made by the two men is subject to investigation. The Prime Minister called for patience as relevant authorities undertake these investigations. The maiden voyage for MV Talibun, a vessel belonging to the Middle Ramu district in Madang, has failed with the vessel sinking. It all started well when MV Talibun was loading its first freight transport, a 90-ton excavator, for the building of roads in the district when things started falling apart. District officers and crew jumped for their lives as the boat and excavator toppled at the Bidden Harbour and started sinking. Eyewitnesses say the vessel was too small to accommodate the 90-ton excavator. No injuries or casualties were reported. Both the vessel and excavator are still submerged. The vessel was launched 2 months ago by Middle Ramu MP Tommy Tomskol.
Point labia go nem kabe ke no sem nem la ola sim go out straight na CPM. Nona pontem bisla excavator because weight blame big plamo too much. So mi bla look stop na CPM go one side go nem cap side go down. Na trawa bla excavator tu em run away. Em lusim excavator nem kalab.
Papua New Guinea will establish new investments outside the normal trading grounds. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill said PNG should not keep its interests within the Asia-Pacific region, but look further. O'Neill says the European market has huge interest in PNG and that opportunity must be utilized.
After attending the UK PNG Trade Investment Forum in Europe recently, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill says PNG will create trade and allow for more investment. He says it is critical in keeping in touch with our Asia-Pacific trade partners and also make progress in other trade links around the world.
And I see no reason why Papua New Guinea should not also follow their footsteps and go into some of these markets that we have not engaged fully before.
O'Neill said it's about giving opportunities for every Papua New Guinean.
New investments, of course, brings new jobs and allows our own citizens to participate meaningfully. And I think it is important as government that we continue to build relationships even beyond our traditional partners in the region.
The Prime Minister, state ministers and few statutory agencies visited Europe recently and were in engagement with business leaders and big investment players of Europe. However, the visit by the government delegation has been criticized by opposition leader Don Polye. In a statement, Mr. Polye said bad road conditions, high tax regimes and electricity cost and other impediments of the economy must be addressed. Polye says the government must not give false hope to foreign investors but fix the country's welfare before allowing for more investment. Jack Lapave Jr., National, EMTV News.
Australian youth walk the Kokoda track for change. Usinobundi district prioritizes scholarship scheme and Madang creates its own provincial TV station. All that after the break. Welcome back to the news. Rehabilitating troubled youth is not an easy task, but the Victorian Police in Australia have for the past 9 years taken youth on a journey along the Kokoda track to change their outlook on life.
After 8 days of trekking, their journey has finally come to an end. Before taking on the challenge, these youths have had some issues with police back in Australia. Program coordinator Nigel Howard has seen how the Kokoda experience has tremendously changed the youths over the 9 years.
It will take between 3 to 5 years for the kids that we have taken on the track to actually gain the full benefit of the experience. And those kids that we took in the early years, we're seeing those benefits now come out where the kids have finished school, gone on to tertiary education or full-time employment.
Known as the Victoria Police Kokoda program, it was initially meant only for the police personnel. However, the Victorian Police saw this as an effective tool in engaging with their youths. So far, they have taken over 150 youths on this program to allow them to appreciate life.
They've got access to a lot of things regarded as life essentials. And they come over here and they might think they're doing it hard home in Australia, but they come here and they just realise how lucky they are.
The Kokoda program has also given back to the local community in PNG by funding the Dakaville Multi-Skilled School at Laloki outside Port Moresby. The Victorian Police hopes to work closely with the school to improve the education level of kids in the Laloki area and surrounding areas. Mickey Cavera, National, EMTV News.
Usinobundi district will take on a new approach in paying its tertiary student fees come next year. Yesterday, the Usinobundi Development Authority passed a decision to prioritize areas where the district lacks human workforce. Usinobundi MP Anton Yagama says this will stop unnecessary costs and make students to serve the district and its people before working elsewhere.
The Usinobundi District Development Authority met yesterday to decide on its plans to sponsor students in the district attending tertiary institutions around the country. The district started this scholarship scheme in 2012 and is now ironing out what it sees as unnecessary costs to the district. The DDA members want the district to assist students in areas of health, education and other key sectors in the district. District School Fee Coordinator John Nesengo says the scheme has helped parents over the years. Now the trend is to serve the interest of the people and report the outcome to the district authority.
In school now we work. We love a collective kissing pick sample one get now, but we love binding one book now, but we love president legislative. We love a commitment or big love money, the outcome when and also money.
Usinobundi MP Anton Yagama says the treasury procedures must not hold back release of funds, and the trend taken for the release and payment of the scheme will erase problems faced in the previous years.
Like 1.5 million we should have paid by now. No, but mathematics by Australia. Otherwise, we will payment by you from the end of the year now. By you can't go next year. We don't know how to do that.
For the district, 3.2 million kina was allocated for the scholarship scheme this year, with payment of 20% to institutions on quarterly basis. Jaglapave Junior National, EMTV News.
Known for its music and once described as the Pearl of the Pacific, Madang has again gone further to establish a provincial television station. Tumbuna TV, or Our Story, is now airing all around the province with the aim of providing local content to its viewers. Tumbuna TV Managing Director Chris Sito says the station is to provide an avenue for Madang people to access information and other services.
It's a big step for Chris Sito, who sees television as the next best form of media to disseminate mass production to viewers in the province. Chris says it's a small setup but will be developed. Tumbuna TV, or branded as Our Story, the Madang-based television station, hopes to inform people at the lowest level in communities.
I think it's the right time now that Madang needs its own TV station, which can disseminate information on development within the province and on various different levels.
Chris is known for his engineering in the music industry with Tumbuna Tracks, but has now tapped into TV productions.
Our focus is mainly on Madang news at the moment. However, we are looking at more local production, where we will look at our music programs, more documentaries, and other local produced programs.
The TV station is easily accessed with the use of a playbox and is airing all around the province with local content a priority. Chris says the support by stakeholders has been great.
Good support from the business community in Madang. We've received a good support from the government sector, and we've also received overwhelming support from the people of Madang.
The station also provides a variety of international programs and entertainment, and many locals have praised the initiative. Jaglapave Junior National, EMTV News.
Trukai Sports is next. We will bring to you the opening of the Taurama Aquatic Centre and more. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The third venue for the 2015 Pacific Games to be officially opened was the Taurama Aquatic Centre. It was opened by Prime Minister Peter O'Neill along with Minister for Sports and Governor for NCD, Poes Parkop, this morning. Dion Kombeng reports.
With just 6 days to go before the opening ceremony of the 2015 Pacific Games, for those who thought that we would not be ready, we have certainly proved critics wrong and are games ready.
I know all our nation, some people are complaining, but Prime Minister and the Cabinet, you have done well to keep steadfast and keep the course. Because in the last 40 years, we have not seen this type of investment in our capital city.
With world-class venues such as the Taurama Aquatic Centre, we will be able to cater and host international tournaments right here on our shores.
We should be very, very proud that we have world-class facilities that now will attract world-class events to our shores into the future. Whether it's sporting competitions, whether it's exhibitions or conferences, we now have so many beautiful, internationally accredited facilities that we will now be the centre of attention in the Pacific.
Prime Minister O'Neill said, "We have come a long way to be in the position we are in now, ready to host the 2015 Pacific Games."
That is why when we came into government, we had no choice but make sure that we honor the commitment of the past government when it bid to host the Pacific Games as we are now going to host this coming weeks.
The Taurama Aquatic Centre is a world-class facility. Now following the official opening of the Sir John Guy Stadium and the Bissini Sports Ground, and now the Taurama Aquatic Centre, the official countdown for the opening ceremony of the Pacific Games has officially begun. Dion Kombeng, National, EMTV Sports.
Team Vanuatu is all set for this year's Pacific Games Papua New Guinea is hosting. This was announced by Vanuatu's Chief de Mission Consul Eileen Nanga. Fabian Hakalitz files this report.
Chief de Mission Consul Eileen Nanga in an exclusive told EMTV Sports Vanuatu are ready for the Pacific Games 209 athletes and officials are registered and will compete in 13 sporting codes, including para-table tennis.
Contingent comes on 30th of June, which is next week, and then we have some that can't fit on the charter to come on the New Guinea plane, which is on next Thursday.
The team underwent bonding sessions to keep the spirit high.
Even though we've just been gone through a hard time with the cyclone and some of our sporting facilities are down, we're encouraging our athletes not to take that as an excuse not to do well.
Meanwhile, Vanuatu's advanced team is in the country to observe the Pacific Games in preparation for the 2017 Mini Pacific Games. The 6-member advanced team arrived in the country last Thursday on board New Guinea's first commercial flight upon its return from Port Vila. Fabian Hakalitz, National EMTV Sports.
Trukai Sports ends there. I'll bring you the weather details up next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. First of all, in the southern region, Port Moresby, fine although cloudy at times. Mostly fine in Alotau and Popondetta, and fine weather in Daru and Kerma. In the Mumasi region, Ley and Madang, mostly fine. Brief showers in Wewak and fine weather in Vanimo. To the New Guinea Islands region, Larangau, Kavieng, Buka and Kokopo, you can expect showers and squally showers expected in Kimbe. And in the Highlands region, all centres, mostly low cloud over the next 24 hours. And that has been the news, sports and weather for today from all of us here at EMTV News. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.